Good evening. Here's the latest breaking news from the United States. President Donald Trump has made several major headlines this week, with a series of bold announcements and international policy actions impacting global diplomacy, national defense, and U.S. relationships with allies. In a dramatic policy shift unveiled today, President Trump announced the 2026 U.S. National Defense Strategy, emphasizing homeland defense and deterring China above all, a move that signals a strategic realignment of U.S. priorities. In global military planning, this new strategy also calls on U.S. allies to take greater responsibility for their own security, particularly in Europe, while refocusing American resources on the Western Hemisphere and the Indo-Pacific. Trump stated the strategy will strengthen America's defense infrastructure, including cyber capabilities, modernized military forces, and expanded deterrence measures, reflecting his long-standing America First approach to national security. President also made headlines this week after remarks about NATO allies sparked controversy abroad. In response, Trump issued a strong public commendation of British troops, praising their service and reinforcing US-UK military relationships after diplomatic tensions earlier in the week. These developments come amid broader debates about the future of U.S. defense commitments and burden sharing among NATO partners. At the World Economic Forum in Davos, President Trump reignited discussion over U.S. interests in Greenland, proposing negotiations on strategic cooperation and Arctic security. While he reiterated that the U.S. would not use force, the plan has drawn intense reactions from European leaders, particularly in Denmark. Hours later, Trump announced a framework agreement with NATO allies that eased tariff threats related to Greenland, negotiations, and stabilized financial markets, showing a diplomatic backdown from earlier hardline rhetoric. In lighter but still widely reported news, the president openly criticized the musical lineup for Super Bowl LX, publicly stating his opposition to Green Day and Bad Bunny as performers and confirming he will not attend the event in California. Trump described his stance as a matter of personal and political preference, drawing both support and criticism across the country. Meanwhile, President Trump has intensified legal actions against major media organizations, including high-profile defamation lawsuits. Critics argue these legal strategies are aimed at intimidating journalists and undermining press freedoms, while the White House contends they are justified defenses against biased reporting. Stay with us for continuing coverage as these stories develop.